Hello everyone. Welcome back to my next attempt number 4 of my Pokemon Nuzlocke randomizer. Last episode, Kaz surprised us with using a Shed Ninja. I was at a moral dilemma because we had to determine whether or not we were actually going to continue the or if I was going to break my own rules and continue on as if nothing happened or start over. After a little bit of time in between recording the videos, I set a poll up and was looking to see what you guys would like to do. And I decided that we are going to start and go ahead and do our attempt number 4. Only because there is a good chance that Kaz himself probably would have had the Shed Ninja for many more battles on every time we came across him, which would mean that I would have to either auto-sacrifice a Pokemon each time or potentially lose at a later date. I do thank you all for the continued support of this series. It has been very much fun, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Would you like the Pokemon to be random? Yes. Would you like the Pokemon's learn sets to be random? No. Would you like abilities to be random? No. Dynamaxes? No. Here's going to be a slight change in the rules. We are not going to use EXP share this time. If we come across it later in the game, maybe we'll equip it. But this will be the first one that we did that does not have the EXP equipped in the beginning. That means I'm going to have to play a lot more strategically. Of course, our Nuzlocke does not begin until after we get D.o.n.k's parcel. So this is all just customary. We're going to see what our starter is. We've been lucky for the past 3 times now to get a legendary as our starter. I wonder if this will be number 4. Alright. Let's see what our 3 choices are. Trubbish. Ironically, all 3 of these Pokemon are not Pokemon that I typically use in a game. Let's see. His would be 4 times weak to fire types. Steel Grass. I can't remember what Trubbish's type is, ironically, at the moment. Magmortar's fire type. Trying to think of which one would be best for our Nuzlocke. I think I am going to stick with Magmortar. Seems to be the strongest of the 3, I think so. It's either that or this is going to be a really short Nuzlocke run. Of course, I gotta name every single one of these. Magmortar. It is a female. Go with a simple basic name of Ember for now. Pretty sure a lot of people probably named a Charmander that at one point or another. Okay, we are going to battle Kaz in just a moment. Impish Nature. Flame Body, which is a good one. Not very defensive. Leer, Ember, and Smokescreen. That'll be good for lowering Pokemon's stats. I do have the type advantage, so I think a good Ember or two will be able to handle Kaz. Ferrothorn was his name. Just teaching us how to do a battle real quick. Yeah, as I thought, one shot. 4 type advantage. And a decent amount of experience. Okay, let's go get Oric's Parcel. We'll see what kind of Pokemon are on the grass. As per previous Nuzlocke rules, I do not have the ability... I have to attempt to catch the first encounter of each route that we come across. So this is only potential at the Poe moment. A Swoobat. Confusion would be a great move to have. Okay. Just gotta go through the basics of everything. Get Oak's Parcel. That way we can double back and get our Pokedex. Of course, stop in the Pokemon Center and heal up real quick, even though we haven't really received any damage at the moment. So Swoobat is one of the Pokemon that are in the grass. Typically there's 2 different types of Pokemon in Route 1. Another Swoobat. This one's level 4. Good, I was worried that if we beat these Pokemon too much and level up too high, got 1 step. Okay, Shellos. Swoobat or Shellos, both of those would be useful. Okay, let's go talk to Oak. Get our Pokedex, our first 5 Pokeballs, and our Nuzlocke will officially begin. This game, of course, has all the gimmicks attached to it, so just a little bit of extra talking. The reason why I turned Dynamax battles off is because what ends up happening is each gym leader ends up having the capability of Dynamaxing, if that's the case. I would have a hard time getting just past block if that was the case until I was able to get somebody who was capable of doing the same. Okay, Okay, now I got the town map. And our journey officially begins. So who's going to be our first catch attempt? Swoobat or... Here we go. Shelios. This is good. He's got the type advantage on me, so I hope it doesn't hurt too much. Mud Sport. Alright, doesn't affect me too badly. Okay. I don't want him mud slapping me too much. I don't want to end our nuzlocke right here in our first encounter. Okay. We got a blue Shelios for our team. Shelios, the sea slug Pokemon. Its shape and colorations vary depending on its habitat. Yes, we will give a nickname to Shelios. Let's see, good slug name. I don't know, I don't typically go around nicknaming slugs I find on the sidewalk. He doesn't have a shell, otherwise I call him like Sheldon. I like Shelios. I like his design. I like when he does evolve. Not the fastest Pokemon, but he is bulky. As per usual, if you guys do have any nickname ideas for any particular Pokemon, let me know in the comment section. And if we come across them, or if it fits, I will happily use it. I do not have the opportunity to catch another Pokemon on this route. And cannot catch a duplicate of the same Pokemon. So if Route 2 we come across another Shelios, I can't catch it. There we go. Gotta get to a Pokemon Center. Not having an EXP share is going to be a barrier for me. I love Pokemon, but I am not a competitive player. Okay. Just putting him ahead for the moment so he can get some experience. We, of course... I am withdrawing the rule that I cannot switch in battle. Because we got rid of the EXP share. But he has a quiet nature. Decent enough roundabout stats. Storm Drain draws in water type moves. Mud Slap and Mud Sport. Okay. I didn't check. Yeah, he is a pure water type Pokemon. Alright, let's go talk to the old man. He's had his coffee. He'll teach us how to catch a Pokemon, which I think is still hilarious that this is in this game 30 years later. Ooh, bravery. That means there's a chance for bravery to be in Viridian Forest. I know it's a little bit of a spoiler, but we'll see what ended up happening. Sir, don't you know you're supposed to weaken the Pokemon first before you try to catch it? Alright. We are incapable of getting our second encounter. I want to wait until we get into the forest to see what we can get. I really can't wait to beat Brock and get running shoes. It feels so sluggish, walking so slow between point A and point B. Okay, let's see who we get. And then of course we'll double back and heal up real quick before we fight any trainers. There's our bravery. See, this is why I'm okay with swapping out. This would sacrifice Sean to bravery before we even had a chance to do anything. Ooh, that is a powerful move. I did not buy potions before we came in here. Okay. And there goes our first Pokemon. I can't believe we already lost our starter. This is going to be my fastest run yet if I can't catch this bravery. So much for playing more strategically, right? Thank goodness. I can't believe we lost our starter. Harden. Wow, that's a lot of experience. Alright, bravery. The more scars they have, the more respect these brave soldiers of the sky get from their peers. Give a nickname to bravery. Star the bravery. Little bit of a pun there, considering that Star just killed our starter. As per usual, rather than fully releasing the Pokemon, we are going to box our fainted Pokemon. That way, if we do manage to beat this game, we can go ahead and go through the Pokemon that we lost along our journey. Sucks we've already lost our starter Pokemon. Ember, we will see you later. Let's heal up. And now let's actually do the smart move. And get some potions before we go any further. That was my own mistake. I should have done this beforehand. And now I am regretting it because it would have saved Ember's viability. I'm also going to put Star first on our team. because he is immune to the ground type Sean's abilities at the moment. Normal flying type, lacks nature. Decent speed, decent and physical attacker. And Keen Eye prevents the loss of accuracy. If he didn't have that ability, maybe Smokescreen would have worked. Leer, Furry Attack, and Wing Attack. I am genuinely upset that we've already lost our starter. We're going to be versing Brock with 2 Pokemon, and I hope that he doesn't have anything to counter my 2. This is going to be a hard-fought battle, but we've got some trainers between us. And until then, I'm going to be heavily relying on potions this time. Alright, so trainer up there. They're faced the trainer or the wild Pokemon. Alright, Star. Hit 4 times. Another decent chunk of experience. There we go. See if we cannot get through this forest without losing another Pokemon. There's gonna be a trainer up here. Star gets stronger, I won't have to worry about as much. But until then, I am very afraid of what can happen. Okay, got our antidote. Could have got a superior. Yeah. I think I would prefer Star. There's another decent chunk of experience. Another bravery. Level 8. Alright, we can challenge him. The only person I'm worried about is the one that we're forced to challenge. Survivor pops up, Survivor dies. Okay, I'm just gonna heal real quick. Do not know what kind of challenge this trainer in front of us has. If he summons a bravery, I'm immediately going to swap out. Yep. At least our bravery Shelliers can get some experience for being present in this battle. That defense lower is going to hurt. We need a crit. Ah, we just lost Star. I don't even think I can hurt him. No, I cannot. Well, ironically, what that means is we've already lost this Nuzlocke. RNG was not in our favor. This is hilarious. Well, we lost all 3 Pokemon that we had the opportunities to get. So, this is end of Nuzlocke attempt number 4. This is actually kind of hilarious, I think. But I do appreciate you all for watching this video. We got our Magmortar, our Bravery, and our Shelios, and lost all 3 in the Viridian Forest. I shall see you all next time. God bless.